Good morning everyone and welcome to the Corner of Craft studio vlog / bead chat. I hope that you are well. Today is Monday, it's the 23rd. It's the 23rd of January. We're almost into February. Am I stressed? Yes I am. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, but I'll chat about them in a little bit. So what you're going to be seeing me bead weave today is bananas. Are bananas? English is a thing. 3D bananas. I've also chipped one of my nails since then. Can we just take a second to appreciate how long my nails are right now, because this is absurd. And yeah, I now need to repaint them because I can't have unpainted nails. But I went down the dye shed today because I woke up and it wasn't frosty, and I thought perfect, I'll be able to film some yarn dyeing because I need to film it today. And that wasn't the case. I have a cat up here. Bub, do you want to pay the bub tax? I know you don't, but you're going to. A little bit of cat tax. Here's a kimchi, being a bub. Yeah, so I went down the dye shed thinking I'd be able to get going on the collection that I've got in my brain, fizzing and waiting to come out. And no water still, but I'm optimistic that I will have water tomorrow, which is good. So yes. Hopefully tomorrow I will be able to get down the dye shed and dye up some yarn, and then I can order some yarn on tomorrow also, and then hopefully it will arrive on Wednesday. It's all very exciting. It's going to be an expensive week because I've got quite a lot of yarn I think I need to order. And then yeah, that is what is currently happening. So I thought, fine, I will bead weave instead. And then I checked the post and realised that my new beads have arrived, which are the beads that you're seeing me work with. I've got size 11 in the yellow and the black, and then size 15 in the cream to make really tiny bananas. They're so small, it's bananas, if you will. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to your feedback on my last video. Thank you so much for how well received my last video was. I'm a little in shock and a little blown away, and very appreciative because yeah, it was a scary video to post, and like I said in that video, I briefly discussed finances in a couple of the videos in Vlogmas, and then just completely cut that section out because I wasn't sure how it was going to be received, but it was well received. And it's not like I did a full breakdown of absolutely everything that my income is month to month and where my various revenue streams are, but I was just giving you a rough idea as to whether yarn shows are a financially viable thing for me. I think the one of the pros of a yarn show is a deadline, but then I can just create my own deadlines. I really do appreciate the feedback. A lot of you said that you appreciated me talking about it, being so open about it. Some of you who are considering being a yarn dyer. So if you want more series like that or more videos like that, please let me know. Ask if there's anything particular that you want me to talk about. If I think it's too intrusive, I just won't make a video on it, but I won't take it personally if you make the request. Yes, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm currently doing prep for East Anglia Yarn Festival because the reason I'm a little bit stressed, it's almost February, which means it's almost March, because February is a short month. And I need to go through all the stitch markers that I have still and work out the ones that I can take with me. Oh, there's none in there. Take with me to East, there's none in there. Take with me to East Anglia Yarn Festival. It's literally just this one. And yeah, how many more I need to make. I've decided to make it a little bit easier on myself. This is the tub that I store them all in. As in while I'm beading. I've decided to make it a little bit easier on myself and only do 5 of each. Usually I do 10 of each, but I think that's me pushing myself a little bit too hard. 10 of each makes sense when I have other yarn shows coming up later in the year, because then topping it up, it's less. For example, these were all made last year and I've still got loads left. So it makes more sense for me to only do 5 rather than 10. And then I need to sit and make a list of all of the yarn that I need to dye. This is last year's calendar. I use it as a notepad now. And yeah, I find it very helpful. Write out all the colourways that I'm going to be doing to take with me, and then on a separate bit of paper, yeah, although on Separate Bit Paper last time I wrote out what I still needed to dye, but that doesn't help me right now because I have very little in the shelves because you all cleared me out because I had an end of year sale to clear the yarn out. So it did work, but I need to work out which ones from my Knit Crawl Yarn Club I want to take with me. I need to work out which ones from my advent calendar I want to dye up. I need to work out if there's any oldies that I want to dye up, any newies, and yeah, all of that fun stuff. And I also need to watch the Legends of Vox Machina Series 1 again because this year's Yarn Club is inspired by that. I started to watch the first one and then I realised I was bead weaving. So I wasn't actually watching it, I was listening to it. And when you're trying to think of colourway inspiration, listening to something is not that effective. So I might put that on this evening because Mario is going to a cycle class. He's joined a gym, he's going to a cycle class because he wants to get a bit fitter. And yeah, so I could put that on this evening while he's out and watch 1 or 2 episodes and try and find 1 or 2 colourway inspirations from it. I need to have a look and see how many episodes are in it. And it would be good if I could get like the full year planned out in advance because I tend to fly in the seat of my pants. I'm very admirable. I have a lot of admiration for, admirable of my fellow yarn dyeing friends who plan things like a year in advance. I have great respect for that. I'm not that kind of person. I do not plan a year in advance, and I do hate that a little bit for myself. It's like when people dye a fade for Advent, they get the whole year, they get the whole month of Advents planned, and then they're like, fabulous, wonderful, these are the colours that I'm going to do, this is it. Whereas I'm going to the dye shop, I'm dyeing like, oh, what colour am I going to do today? Speaking of Advents, somebody asked if I'm doing them this year. And I mean, it's only January, so you are a keen bean, but the answer is yes. Yes, I am doing Advents this year, basically. I am doing them. I haven't finalised anything. I was, last December, or in December, I was trying to think of all these fun different ways that I could do them, and it would be like a story that you'd be able to follow, and now I've got to the point where I'm like, do I want to do that? Not sure. Do I just want to keep doing it how I'm doing it? Maybe. I don't know if I want to go a bit moodier with this Advent, and I don't know if I just want an overall theme with this Advent. Like, do I want to make it a Monster Manual Advent and all the colours be a bit darker and a bit moodier instead of my standard neons? But then if people like my standard neons, maybe they don't want a bit darker and a bit moodier. So I do also understand that. I can't believe how long my hair's getting. Oh, I really need to go to the hairdressers. It's funny, I had really long hair for a while, and it didn't feel like it grew that much, but actually my hair does grow quite quickly, so that is good to know. And hopefully my hairdresser will be contacting me soon to make an appointment because, yeah, she's poorly at the moment, so that's okay. I just realised I wore my other sweater weather jumper in my last video, and I have this one on now, but that's purely because it's cosy, and I opened my drawer and thought, oh yeah, I've got one of them, and put it on because I haven't worn it in a while because it's been Christmas, and then which is strictly Christmas jumper weather, and then I went away, and then yeah, I have it on now. Oh, I also need to buy some more paper envelopes. I am running low on paper envelopes. Good to know. Right, I should make a list of all the things I need to order, but yeah, it's going to be an expensive end of month, which is not ideal, but also sometimes necessary. So I have an international order that I really need to ship. She placed the order in early January just as I went away, and I messaged her and said I'll ship it when I'm back. And then since then there has been a cyber incident and Royal Mail have halted all international orders, and I was like, perfect, it's fine. And then last week they were like, when did I get back? Maybe 2 weeks ago? What I don't know what date it is. Anyway, whenever I got back. Was it last week? No, it's the week before. And no, it was last week. I got back last week. And yeah, the Royal Mail said, cool, we're going to trial letters and parcels will hopefully be coming shortly after. So I was like, perfect, wonderful. I'll just hold out then. I will hold out for Royal Mail to go be back up and running. So I've held out, and now I don't think I can hold out anymore. So I might attempt, what time is it? I don't know if I'm going to have time to do UPS. I can do UPS tomorrow. I've left it too late. I've left everything too late today. I should have done it this morning. But yeah, I need to ship this order, and I feel really bad for the person. But they said they didn't mind waiting, which was very kind of them. And yeah, that is basically all that's been happening. It's really not the most exciting. Now I need to go through this and see what I want to keep and what I want to put in the shop. And then yeah, it's a fun time. It's a very fun time. And then I just need to plan what yarn I'm going to be bringing with me to East Anglia Yarn Festival. But I think for right now I'm going to go down and fill in my bullet journal for the week, or at least draw my planner for the week. Yeah, but before I do that, let's chat about Skillshare, shall we? Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community for those of us who are curious and creative. There are thousands of classes available, led by real working creatives who are keen to share their expertise with you. You may know that there are classes available in a huge range of arts and crafts, such as knitting and crochet techniques, photography, illustration, and jewellery making. But did you know that Skillshare has hundreds of career-focused classes too? Didn't think so. The new year is a perfect time to reassess your goals. Being a small business owner, which I am, in case you weren't aware by all of the videos on my channel, it's a difficult thing. And the classes specialising in time management, helping me find clarities over my goals, and building my confidence in my creativity and my business decisions are all so valuable to me. The class I'm talking about today is Win Back Your Creative Confidence, and it is a class by Lucy Lambrix. This short but powerful class shows you how to identify your inner critic, why you have one, and how to silence it. I'm very good at comparing my business to other people's, and sometimes that voice in your head doesn't necessarily help you as much as it thinks it is. 2023 is the year that I really want to stop the comparison game. Skillshare classes have projects, discussion boards, and resources with them. It is an interactive experience, and because it's designed with learning in mind, there are no ads interrupting any of the classes. No goal is too small with Skillshare. If you want to add more me time to your life, build a personal brand, or dip your toe into diversifying your income, Skillshare has a class for that. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Be sure to check the description box below for more info. Now, let's get planning. I've had a lot of planners in my time. I always think a planner is the secret to being organised, and then it never works for me because then I just forget to fill out my planner or I don't have enough to put in my planner. So what I have found useful is my friend Anna gave me the book that I'm currently using. It's this purple Leuchtturm? Leuchtturm? Is that how it's definitely Leucht. Turm? I think it's a U. I've had it for ages now. But the reason I like using it is because at the beginning of the year I draw out all of the months, and I can like put in like big picture things that are happening in the month. For example, in March I have East Anglia Yarn Festival written in on the dates that they're on. I've got the various weddings that I'm going to this year written in, and then I draw out a grid for the month overall so I can plan out my whole month when I plan on doing all the things. These are all written in pencil because heaven forbid I set anything in stone. Plus I change everything all the time, and like my pipes freeze and then I can't do anything about it. And then week by week I draw out my plans for the week. So I draw out 8 little boxes. We have the overall to-do box, which are things that I need to get done this week. And then I have the days of the week, basically. At the bottom of the thing I write like evening things, the days Mario's out, the days that I'm out, the days we have D&D, the days that I'm like social things, if I'm meeting up with friends, that fun stuff. So I've got social things going on. I put that at the bottom of the thing, and then I put little square boxes and I write what I want to do every day, and then I tick them off as and when I do them, and it really helps me to be productive. And the other thing I like about it is that it doesn't matter if I go through a spell of a couple of months of me not using my planner, because nothing is wasted. Nothing at all is wasted, because all I do is I come back the next month, I draw out my monthly grid, and I'm like, fabulous. It doesn't matter. It's not like I've bought a planner that's pre-made for me and then I'm like flipping over a whole month, and then I chuck the planner out at the end of the year half unfinished because I barely wrote anything. Now some people like a pre-done planner because it means that they have like prompts to fill out and it helps them think about things and blah blah blah, and that's fabulous and that's lovely, and if that works for you, fantastic. But I will tell you something that does not work for me at all, because I just stop filling it out because I do. So having a planner like this is very handy, I personally think, for myself, because it just means that I just fill it out as and when I use it, as and when I need it. And yeah, I don't waste a whole planner at the end of the day. So in my monthly things, in the big spread, I have a general to-do list that I need to do this month. This said things like the fact I was going away, the dates that I went away to and from, the fact that I have got this Skillshare video and what date that Skillshare video needs to go up and what date I need to send in that Skillshare video for approval. In case you weren't aware, very often if you have like a paid sponsorship, videos need to get approved before they can go out, just to make sure that, you know, it aligns with the company's view and the things that you're saying about the company is what they want you to cover and all of that fun stuff. So yes, that. And then also things like, I don't know, various events that are happening, like plan the yarn club, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've got the overall things that I need to do for the month. Sometimes I always put birthdays in. I often forget. It tends to be more of a business planner than an actual day-to-day life planner. And then in my weekly, I have what I need to do that particular week box. So it just breaks it down that little bit more and helps me keep on top of the things that I need to do. When I had a Filofax for a while, I found it. Oh my goodness, I was so organised. I think it was from 2019. I was so organised. This was when I was having like weekly shop updates. I would have 1 week where I would have a yarn update and the next week I'd have a stitch marker update, and I would package everything on the Monday. The shop update would be on Saturday, I'd package everything on the Monday, and then I would start making Tuesday to Friday, and then photograph Friday, so maybe Tuesday. I can't remember what the week consisted of. Anyway, I had weekly shop updates. It was ridiculous, but at the same time, the consistency was nice, and I do miss it. I'm not going to be having weekly shop updates. I'm telling you that now because I just don't want them. But I'd have a separate bit of paper that I'd put in my Filofax, which was technically a to-do list, but I didn't use it as that, where I'd write out all the things that I'd made that week, and I just left it there, and that's what would be going in the shop update. And I was like, oh, that's so useful. I was so organised. I had different coloured stickers for different coloured things, and I was like, oh, I miss these times. And then 2020 happened, and then all of a sudden organisation went out the window. But this is how I'm trying my best to keep on top of being organised, because yes, organisation techniques that work for some people don't work for everyone. And yeah, I have taken a few of the bullet journaling classes on Skillshare. Not to go back to the sponsor, I'm not going to be shilling it to you. But yeah, they have been very helpful, and they have given me different things to think about and look at. And anyway, a lot of people that do bullet journaling have it as a space of just like, oh, look at my beautiful spread. It's so beautiful, with beautiful drawings and stickers and highlighting and gorgeous fonts that they're using and leaves up the side, and they have a yearly theme, and it's amazing and stunning, and they like having different trackers for how many bottles of water they drink in a day, or blah blah blah. Did I run today? I like to keep it very, very simple, because I've tried to do the pretty planner thing. You might have seen I had plan with me videos back in 2015, 2016, plan with me videos, and suffice it to say, I didn't really use those planners that much, because I would plan my week, I'd make it look all pretty, and then it wouldn't look how I wanted it to, because that is not where my creativity lies. I don't have the eye or the patience to practice really for like drawing and painting and stuff like that. So I would get frustrated that it didn't look as good as I wanted it to. But actually I found that for myself, having it be as basic as possible is the best thing for me. So, and I like having it written down. I tried to do planning in my Google Calendar, and I was like, oh, it's missing something. My handwriting, it's missing a notepad, you know? And yeah. So that is how I use my planner. I hope you found it interesting. Sorry if you didn't. I just thought I would share that little snippet with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was just a lot of me chatting at you. But a lot of you asked, when I asked on Instagram, what kind of video would you like to see? And some people said they wanted to see dyeing videos, DYE not. But yarn dyeing videos, and obviously I couldn't fulfill that prophecy that I had originally planned for myself because frozen pipes, once again, not asking for advice, they're for defrosting probably overnight. And then a lot of other people just said chatting videos, and you don't give me a topic to chat about, so I just thought, you know what, if you want a chatting video, I can do a chatting video for you. These are things that I can do, and did them I did. Not quite sure that was English. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any posts. I might try and go live, start going live once a month. Could be fun. Also, Patreon is opening up again soon if you would like to join me there. If you don't join me there, that's fine. I will not be offended, but you do get an extra video if you're part of the Biscuit Brew crew. But they are closed, I think, until the 30th of January or something odd like that. Also, the great thing about Patreon now is you won't be charged twice in a month. You will be charged on the same day of the month as the day that you subscribed on, if that gives you extra incentive to join up. But no worries. If not, obviously, I'm thinking about doing a video on Patreon of my tea shelf, a tour of my tea shelf. Someone suggested it as a video and I was like, you know what, that would be a really fun Patreon video and give me an excuse to clear out my tea shelf. Anyway, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you have been up to. What's the weather like where you are? Is it still cold? Is it frosty? Is it swelteringly hot if you're on the other side of the equator? All of that fun stuff. What books are you reading? I'm back on the reading train, hardcore. I've currently finished 2 books this year. I am on my 3rd. It's a little raunchy. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't tend to go for spice in books. I tend to go for random disappearances, murder, things like that. This has spice. It's just making, it's just like, oh, how is this helping the storyline at all? I'm yet to see it. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And with all that being said, if you'd like to follow my social media, links can all be found in the description box below, along with anything else I think you might need, like the link to Skillshare if you wanted to sign up and take that class that I did, because actually it's been very helpful. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in next week's video. I might try and sneak one in before next Friday. We'll see. Let's not make any promises. Let's not do that. Yeah, go count stitch markers. See you later.